Oh, the statue is a beautiful piece of artwork. Obviously the artist worked in great detail and had terrific input from many people who understand, know, and love Kansas law enforcement. It's reflected in the detail. This statue's placement is, I think, transforming KLETC from a group of buildings into a real campus, and it adds an element of the art of law enforcement to everybody who will look at it in graduating classes and families to come. It's a big day in Kansas law enforcement.
During the late 2000s, our architectural team were sitting down and figuring out how this campus was going to lay out. And Denton Nichols, who's an architect in Lawrence, decided he was going to put a mound of dirt out here in an elevated structure with a cement platform on it. When I asked Denton, I said, "What is that for?" He said, "It is for a statue later that you can put, or a helicopter landing pad. It's up to you." He said, "You guys figure out which you can afford to do."
And for KU, we have a very important mission to the state to provide outreach, to provide services, to really support all the functions across the state. And this is a very important part of that outreach. And it's really an honor to have the Law Enforcement Training Center as part of the KU enterprise. And our Yoder campus here is a key part of what we do. And we're delighted to be here today to celebrate this new addition to the Yoder campus. And obviously I want to thank Bob and Evie Cynical for this generous gift.
Dr. Robert J. Cynical, and he's known to us as Bob, and his wife is to us as Evelyn or Evie. She's not Dr. Cynical, and they've been longtime friends of KLETC. They have law enforcement in their hearts, and they're staunch supporters of law enforcement throughout the state of Kansas. Bob and Evie visited our campus here at KLETC, and both of them asked, "What can we do for Kansas law enforcement that would help you here at the training center?" And I said immediately, my answer was to fund a sculpture or a helicopter, whichever one you could afford to do. So in early 2016, we were able to introduce Bob and Evie to a nationally recognized sculptor who joins us here today. From that date forward, I think the Cynical family fell in love with Austin, and Austin fell in love with the Cynical family.
And thank you for the Cynical family for the kind donation. It's probably been 600 hours. I sculpted it. After I sculpted it, it's actually cut up in many pieces, about 30 different pieces, cast each section of it, and they weld it all back together. And this piece is probably about 700 or so pounds, and it's going to stand tribute for many, many years to come. And what's the greatest thing that you see here is everybody that is going to go to breakfast or passing through the hallways or just regular people passing through the campus will see this and understand what the officers are here for.
This place is a special place here at KLETC, and this place is a symbol of the importance that Kansans place on the professionalism of the men and women in law enforcement in this state. And we are at the cusp of adding a substantial work of art
to what is a remarkable professional campus that is a symbol of the professionalism we expect and we try to inculcate in the men and women entrusted with law enforcement in this state.
If everybody could kind of mosey their way, watch your step, please, but just come up around the base of the statue up there, and we're going to ask the Attorney General and the Senecal family to kind of tug on the cloth and unveil it.